Kolla, gubbarna. Jag kommer snart. Vänta. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 65,000 million. All right, testing. This is great. All right, so I actually do not know how this will sound, and I haven't used this mic for a while, and I forgot everything about videography and all of that. I don't have a tripod, I just have the camera, and I don't know if I'm in the frame right now or not, but that is despite the point. So the last thing I recorded was about not thinking as much and just doing, and that was 8 months ago, something between that. All right, so yeah, it's been a while, and I've done quite a bit since then as well. I've taken up a few jobs, I've worked with them, and the usual things, investing has gone really good and a bit bad. And I know I've published one video previously that I've delisted as of right now, when at the time of recording, where I said something about taking losses for 30k or something. And by the way, if you don't have patience, if you're super addicted to social media, you'll not want to watch this because I'll just be ranting. But for those who actually have the patience, this will be pretty valuable to you, I think, I hope, I believe. And pray I don't do here, I do that in church. Go to church. No, I don't actually go to church, but I should. Or maybe the mosque or something else, I don't know. But yeah, so I've been trading for a while now. Quite intensely. And I just downloaded Instagram again after my phone was stolen in Spain, and I lost quite a bit of things, yeah. But luckily the person didn't get access to any crypto, and secondly I don't really have that much on my phone, and even the things I do is structured differently, so it wouldn't have been anything major regardless. But yeah, the things you see on TikTok, IG, and everything like that when it comes to trading, most of it is just garbage, honestly. And yeah, how is this related to just doing and thinking less? The more you do, the less you force things, the more your natural plan will come to you, if that makes sense. So essentially, if you're forcing yourself to do something because you thought it was good, because you saw it online and whatnot, then you'll have this internal feeling of, am I doing the right thing? Is this right? Blah, 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 etc., etc. But if you just, let's say, take a normal job at the side, skip the online money things, you'll intuitively feel what you want to do. And I've come to the conclusion that investing is what I want to do. But I also understand now that unless you make a lot of money, like at the side, investing as a full-time thing is not good. And trust me, take this from someone who has had the opportunity to make a lot of money okay, and also have made a lot of money, but also lost it due to bad risk management and bad, yes, mental space, stress from wanting more, not having a solid or sustainable and predictable income. Like, you want something at the side that can sustain your life. And I don't know if I want to niche down this video into more about trading, investing, or just general life. But my tip to anyone who might be in the same position I was a few months ago is to just do more and think less. Like, even when I first started this YouTube video, it was the same thing. I was just doing. And the reason I'm even making this video right now is because I have less to do, because I moved, because I got a decent job opportunity. So I took that, and yeah, I moved. I went to the interview just to find out that I can probably stay where I last was. But that is besides the point. My aim with that job is to make a solid amount of money every month. I'm not gonna say the exact amount, but to be able to invest a few thousand into my investing every month. And then I've also set up structured risk rules for my trading, for my investing, so I can manage both. Because trading, especially the instruments that I'm trading, works very differently than Forex and equities as well, probably. I haven't really traded equities and Forex, but I can imagine it's more textbook. But the instruments that I'm trading, mainly crypto, different majors, and sometimes news on alts and stuff as well, you rely a lot more on news, certain type of data, and yes, your own discretion that you fine-tuned over a longer period of time. And this might fly over a lot of people's head because you're used to ICT concepts, fair value gaps, and whatnot. And let me tell you something. It's first now, recently, that I've become sustainably profitable, okay? It's no large sums because I'm not rushing it. When I rushed it, I made large sums, but I almost all of the time lost it. So now I'm taking a completely different approach. So it's very hard for me to not be profitable. And yeah, let me just tell you this. I understand the same things that ICT is trying to convey, but I just don't have any names for them. And where the fuck did this dog go? There they are. And yeah, so wicks, liquidity zones, understanding that markets inherently are extractive, waiting for reclaims, when to do so, when not to do so, trying to catch falling knives, DCAing into trades, adding to positions, not really averaging out of positions because that's how you end up wrecking yourself. And now the dogs are drinking water. And yeah, I don't know. I guess mainly this video is just for me to reflect upon at a later date. I haven't even uploaded the most recent videos that I've done. And the funny thing is, I made an entire website for... I was thinking about publishing a course on investing and trading and everything like that. But then I realized my knowledge, yes, it's better than most of the people you see on YouTube and TikTok and IG. But if I'd make a course and let people pay for it and whatnot and use my previous marketing knowledge that I have just to convert people, then I would be no better of them. And then my main focus would be on converting people to the course rather than improving on trading. And most traders that are publishing stuff out there, they don't make a lot of money, and they use funded accounts for a few 100K, let's say 100K, 250K, 500K, maybe a million. And sure, let's say they can cash out and take their percentages of what they make. Sure, it's still good, but they don't include taxes. They don't include the blown accounts that they've taken. For an example, I traded a funded account a few times, and I actually bought a 100k account. Just, I don't know, I thought it would be a good idea, but the risk management is so completely different, and you don't have the ability to take the same amount of risks with funded accounts. And yeah, let's say a trade pays off, but you need that extra, like, I was about to say slippage, but not slippage, like the margin to take a bigger drawdown. Because funded accounts, what are they, like 4, 6%, 8%, not even 10%? But let's say you prefer structuring your accounts in like a hierarchy, your main account for longer trades, shorter term scalping and whatnot, and you've set up different risk structures for each and every account. Then let's say I prefer having a 30% drawdown at max. Like having a 4% drawdown, it's just different. You don't have as much room to play with, and you pay someone to get an account that you need to pass the challenge on. So let's say you buy a 100k account, you make them 10%, that being 10k, okay? Just to get the funded account. After you've done that, yeah, then you can start getting some money yourself. But even then, like I passed my funded evaluation quite quickly. I blew some other lower amount of accounts, but once I bought 100k, I had to structure risk differently. But then I remember, like for this dumb rules, like I was up like 8k or something after I passed the funded evaluation. And then I blew the account because I went down like 2% or something. I don't even remember, if I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, I just don't like it. And even then, that's 8k that you have made on that account with 100k. Sure, it's not bad, and especially if you reach the larger sums like millions and all of that, you need to structure your risk differently. Like you can't just risk 10% per trade and try to double your account in one day and whatnot, because if you draw that down, it will not be good. Like there's this Kelly criterion, like how profitable you are, your average win percentage, and all of that. And now my dog is coughing, and there's a girl coming to run here. No, she's not, she's passing. Either way, okay. But yeah, and that just shows, for example, if you draw down 1%, it's not just 1% that you're going down. If you draw down 50%, you need to make 100% increase to get back those 50% that you lost. 100%. Or is that right? Yeah, it's right. So if you go down 50%, you need to make back 100%. And it might sound very obvious, but in reality, it's harder to recover if you take bigger losses. Way harder. So if you draw down 80%, like how many times do you need to double your account? Quite a few times at least. And yeah, so don't buy funded accounts. It's a scam, I'm telling you. Just play with your own money. If you don't have enough money to play with your own money, then don't trade, honestly. And don't use demo accounts. It's not good. Don't use paper trading. Don't backtest. Just do live accounts, because then you're actually learning. Yes, you will lose money, but you will learn. Paper trading, backtesting, and all of that, it's mostly bullshit. Unless you're like a high frequency quant trader or whatever, then yeah, sure. Backtesting is a completely different topic. But if you're solely relying on your own discretion to make trades, and you see an inverse fair value gap, Fibonacci 360 retracement, no scope, quick 180 degree fib premium ICT array or whatever, like, yes, that is technical things, but it's still discretion. You're basing it on a wick or two and some charting things. But what I mean with high frequency trading is, yeah, high frequency trading and quantitative trading. Like, yeah, backtesting for that is different, because you structure your bots, your algorithms and whatnot. So then it might be good playing with smaller sums to test your strategies and all of that. But in general, no one that you see on TikTok, Instagram, And you too probably do that. You're most likely not even aware that high frequency trading exists, how institutions operate their money, because you're too busy learning from people who don't even know how to trade. And I can say this, I use my own money, and with a pretty high certainty I can say that I'm more profitable than most people you see on Instagram overall in my industry, work or investing and trading combined. But I don't dispute the fact that you can still learn from people that are posting on IG and whatnot, but I'm just saying, don't follow them blindly because they barely know how to trade themselves. And I'm not the best trader either, and that's why I'm not really selling a course. There's people out there who work at big firms making millions, like millions per month. So try to learn from them instead, if anything. And yeah, I don't know the exact thing I want to do with this channel because I want my privacy. I don't want to become famous, but at the same time, documenting stuff is good. I know it is. And especially in this industry that I'm in, no one documents because, yeah, it is what it is. Let's say crypto, for example. You just need a C phrase or a private key and someone can access most of your money. But obviously, if you're smart, you don't have all your eggs in one basket. You take some to the bank for safety measures. You have a multi-signature, you have one ledger, you have a few hot wallets, and you structure your risk. You make it impossible for yourself, even if you wanted to just give out all of the money to someone. Let's say you get robbed, let's say you get a fucking gun to your head. Like, make it impossible for yourself to lose that. And yeah, I guess last resort in that case would be to unalive you. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not managing tens of millions in capital for other people, nor for myself. So documenting this might be worth it. Nor am I Larry Fink, that has a lot of guarding, protection, or whatever. And yeah, don't forget to live as well. Balance your life. If you're trading, you will most likely be trading for 18 hours a day sometimes, maybe 24 hours. There's been times where I've been pulling all-nighters for several days a week because I'm charting, I want to see what happens, but that's because I'm overexposed and I haven't really managed myself, but that's part of the journey. And after I've passing that part of the journey, I can tell you, just being out with some random dogs like this that just lay, I just stole them from a farm. I took them. But yeah, just doing that it's a nice feeling. And by the way, I didn't. But yeah, like it just brings you a different type of peace of mind. Because trading, it's mentally challenging, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it takes a toll on your mental health. So being able to balance it with just peace, not risking more than you can afford, I guess, and all of that, it's important, setting up rules. Previously, I kind of thought that risk management was all bullshit, but that's because I didn't really understand why risk management existed. But obviously, it's to not blow up your accounts. And yes, you can think, as long as you make small amounts of money, you can just put in your 9 to 5 salary and try to do it again and again and again and again. But let's say that you actually want to scale your account. You want to grow it to tens of millions or millions. I'm pretty certain that your salary won't be able to compete with that. And secondly, you don't need to place trades every hour, every day. You need to find out what works for you. And yeah, you need to do more and think less. Now I think this video is more about trading than it is about general life. But yeah, it is what it is. And now I'm compromising myself. I'm talking faster. I haven't structured this at all, by the way, but yeah. I don't really know if I'm gonna make trading videos. And there's good content out there from other people. But mainly in text form. I've learned most of the things I know through text. And then I've implemented it into my trading. I've googled the terms and been trying to understand more things. Learning about different indicators that display data. I'm not talking about Fibonacci and just buying that blindly off about why something might not retrace back from a larger liquidity zone or a multi-week range or a multi-month range, or why it might retrace and all of that. Sure, you can just be technical, you can solely look at charts, but it helps understanding the broader macro environment of the instruments you're trading as well. And that's, I guess, mainly the reason why I don't like TikTok and IG, because it's just textbook things. But textbook things aren't bad though. If you know both, it's better. But yeah, I've been ranting enough now. And the dogs have been drinking water. Maybe I should drink some from this as well, but it doesn't look very clean, so I might actually skip it. But yeah, no, I don't feel like talking anymore. Jag ska ljuga på alla det där, men vi hörs. Så ta hand om er så länge.